Anthony Boettcher, thank you for taking the time, and congratulations on being promoted to associate head coach, but you've been here a while. This is your 12th season. Let's back up a little bit, because you have been in coaching swimming, what, is it 30 years now?
Oh boy, 1983, so whatever that is, almost 40.
Wow, that's amazing. And you started, high school level, club level. What drew you? Were you a swimmer yourself? What made you want to be a coach of swimmers?
Well, I was an athlete growing up. I grew up in a different era where people didn't specialize. I was a pretty good skier, played basketball, played soccer. Swimming was something you did in the summer. I grew up in the Denver area in Wheat Ridge, and I went to Regis Jesuit High School, which some people have heard of that place. When I got there, I realized I couldn't play basketball, but I played soccer through my junior year. But as I went along, I just got better and better at swimming, and realized that in soccer, to play soccer at the collegiate level, you virtually have to be fast, and I'm not fast on the land. Okay. And as I got faster in the water, I realized that I had a true love and a passion for that. But it took a while. Swimming is such an individual sport, and I liked the team aspects of some of the other stuff that I did. But then you really get to the college level, and high school taught me a lot of that too, but at the college level, swimming is a team. The individual part of it is huge, and you have to carry your weight individually, but the team part of it is so fun, and the guys get so much out of that, and that's why I chose to be a coach. I also feel like, as with many sports, swimming is good at teaching things about life that you learn through, I hate to say it, but through failure and picking yourself back up and getting better and practice.
Having been a swimmer then, what was it? Was there a point in your life where you said, hey, I think I can maybe impart some wisdom to younger swimmers? Where did that happen?
I just always liked, I liked being part of a team, and I liked the kids. I started teaching. Actually, what makes me probably unique is that during my entire career, I coached in the town of Evergreen for 16 years before I even moved to Colorado Springs, and that was a while ago. But while I was there, I also taught every single day. I got in the water and I taught lessons to anybody as young as 3 years old, to adults who wanted to get better at their who were triathletes, who wanted to get better at their swimming, or literally adults who'd never learned how to swim, which that has always, I've always approached coaching as a teacher first, and I like that. I love that. I like details. I like watching people's light bulb turn on. Those are things that, especially when you're coaching little kids, 12 and unders, light bulb moments happen all the time. So, but then at Evergreen, I also started coaching both the men's and women's high school teams at that point. And I realized that as much as I loved the year-round coaching for the kids is a chore. And I don't know that we are doing our kids favors by specializing so much anymore. Like when I grew up, you didn't specialize. You played everything. You got outside and you just did that stuff. But nowadays we have, kids that swim year-round is a primary thing. And I think that what I figured out from high school coaching is that the year-round stuff is a grind. High school was never a grind. Those guys, the guys and girls that I coached, they knew they had a limited amount of time to get better, to get faster, to get in shape, and they really focused on the team aspect of it. So high school kind of was where I really learned an awful lot about coaching. Year-round coaching, yes, I learned a lot from that too. But the whole idea that, just like in college, you have a short amount of time. Your season doesn't go forever, and you get 4 years at it. So you need to, be able to amp yourself up at the beginning of the year, train through the year, and then be awesome at the end of the year, and that's fun. It's a lot of fun to watch people do that. And so I guess that's where I got my. That's, I guess, probably the thing that made me most experienced for being a college coach was those years of high school.
Right. And people can read through your bio. It's amazing, all the things you've done before you got here. But now you've been here, as we've said. So how did you come to the Air Force Academy? And frankly, why have you been here so long? And why do you want to be here longer?
Well, I told you I coached in Aberdeen for 16 years. And then I moved down here to Colorado Springs to be nearer to family. I have a lot of family who lives here in the Springs. And so I did that in 2005. So I've actually been here longer now in Colorado Springs, 17 years longer than I was in Evergreen, which is crazy to think about. About 6 years into my time here in Colorado Springs, I got a call from a highly connected source at the academy saying, hey, there's some teams looking for a men's swimming coach. You ought to apply. And I'd never even thought about coaching club. But then the next thing, like within an hour, I got a call from Coach Rob Clayton. And it is, we say this all the time, but sometimes it isn't what you know, it's who you know. Right. And Rob and I, while we both had known each other a long time, we both went to that school on the other side of the Colorado border, up north, that brown and gold school, but we didn't know each other then. He was, guys, when I was a senior, the guys that were freshmen were seniors when Rob got there. But we knew a lot of the same people, and we'd always been friends. And we just felt like we could both really work together. And that's proven to be really, really true. He's got a lot of strengths that I don't have, and I have a lot of strengths that he doesn't have, and we've really come to appreciate each other's ability to make each other better. To be honest with you, I'm a little older than Rob. I pretty much knew the day I got here that I was never going to be the head coach here. I love being I was a head coach for a long time. Yeah. At 30, almost 31 years, somewhere in that neighborhood, where I was a head coach. And here, the title is great, and I appreciate being associate head coach. But at the end of the day, my job is to make Rob better and make the guys better because of that. And that's been great. It's been a fantastic opportunity, and I've loved every minute of it.
Can you get into like X's and O's here, speaking from a sports standpoint, like what do you do good? Or I'm not trying to pitch you against Rob, but how do you play off of each other? Is it a good cop, bad cop kind of relationship? How does it work?
Well, that's actually a really good question. I used to view myself in most of my coaching relationships with the assistants I would have, where I was probably, the kids definitely thought I was the bad cop and they would be the good cop. But here, it's definitely, I've had a lot more of the good cop role. Rob is the tough guy. Rob makes the tough decisions, and he is the one, I think, whose overall vision of the season, how to build your training and how to, we talk about training to train early in the year, because you can't just start out training at what you need to be training. And then we talk about actually compartmentalizing the training period and all that. And he's really good at that, season structure, things like that. What I'm probably better at is seeing strokes and seeing things in the water that will make us faster. We're both very detail-oriented, just in different ways, I think, that mesh pretty well. And what was the other part of your question was, yeah, the good cop, bad cop. Sometimes that switches a little. Sometimes I get to be the bad cop. But mostly the guys, yeah, I think they realize that whatever they say to me, he's going to hear, and vice versa, that we really are a partnership. And the guys feel that, and they have confidence in both of us.
Yeah. You've together won, I believe, 3 conference championships. What makes this relationship with not just the two of you, but with the team? I mean, because you talk about coaches. You could have the best coaches in the world, but if the athletes aren't buying in, it's not going to work. So, what makes it work here?
Trust. I mean, that's exactly what the guys trust us now. There are no guys that remember anything here but success. Guys come here and they get faster all 4 years, and that's That doesn't happen at every program, and so I think they've seen it happen often enough over and over again where they have a huge amount of confidence and trust in the two of us. And then, honestly, I trust that Rob, I trust him in decisions he makes. You know, we talk a lot, he and I, and that's built that trust, but, and I don't win every argument, but I'm in every argument, and that's important. And so that has built us, I think, a level of trust in each other that conveys to the kids. But that is, the guys really are bought into this, which is great.
That is good to hear. The final question I have for you is, being an academy coach is different than a lot of places. A lot of people don't realize a lot of the coaches here teach classes and things like that, physical education classes. Apparently you like that. You've been here a while and you want to be here a lot longer. So tell me why what do you like about that?
Well, I mentioned I ran my own lesson programs for 16 plus years. And even when I came down here to Colorado Springs, I worked for a club called Falcons, and I ran their lesson program there. And so I've always been a teacher first. So I actually really love that. I love teaching the basic swim. The guys that have never learned how to swim, we have a lot more of those here than you think we would at the academy, and I like that part a lot. I don't mind it at all. Like I said, I kind of view myself as a teacher first. I tell people that I'm a PE instructor, and that sounds, people go, oh, they think of the guy with the whistle and the sweatband and stuff. That's not really me, but I definitely enjoy the PE part of it. And then, to be honest, this is a great place. This is an amazing place in terms of the kids we get to work with are here for the right reasons. They're not, they want to get better in the pool, but they know at the end of the day, they're going to serve their country. And having grown up here, as I said, in Colorado, the admiration I've always had for the academy and for the people that come out of here and for the military, it's a joy to be able to work here. It's a great gig.
Yeah, that's awesome. And thank you for what you do and for helping making the men's swim team along with Rob Clayton better. We appreciate it. And thank you for the time, Anthony.
Brian, thank you. I appreciate it too.